Hey, today we're at the 27th annual Mahoning Valley Corvette Club show here in Austintown, Ohio. What do you think? And
I'm going to tell you what, you couldn't ask for better weather. And how many cars do you think are here, Rick?
Good, 300-400 cars at least.
And you know what's cool is it's a Corvette show, but we got all kinds of cars
Still
here.
body cars, yes.
All kinds of, still body, plastic, fiberglass, whatever you want. And it's going to be fun interviewing some of these owners.
Sure it is. If you don't know John Lessergonich, John's our co-host on our podcast, and he did a show last week.
I did Southern Park Mall.
Southern Park Mall,
that was a great show, and I appreciate you guys asking me to do this show. I am a Corvette owner, got my C4 here, and there's just so many Corvettes to look at, and it's truly a great show.
Sure it is. What do you think, John? I'm tired of talking. Let's go inside and check it out.
Let's check it out.
Okay. Here we are with Daniel Nickel from Berlin Center over here in Ohio with his 71 Cutlass Supreme convertible 350. How's it going?
Good.
Good. How long
Good,
you had
beautiful
this?
day for this.
Sure.
About 3 years.
About 3 years. What made you want to get this?
I just fell in love with the green and the big wheels and the black top.
The black top. Convertibles are always fun.
Yeah, it wasn't something I was looking for. I ran across it and said, I gotta have that.
Yeah. Very nice shape. Everything's good on it.
I'm always, usually this has been my mainstay if I want to take a ride somewhere.
Right.
A long ride.
These are comfortable cars, you know, they got the 350 in it. You can go anywhere and probably get darn good gas mileage out of it too.
Yeah, I pulled it down to Florida for the winter. Take it down there and use it, put the top down. Take a nice cruise, yeah.
What color green is this?
Forest.
Forest green, that's a stock color, everything's stock on it.
Yeah, that's a factory color. It's been repainted, but it is a factory color. But in the underneath of the car, the only thing that's missing is the factory black paint.
Okay.
That's it. It's solid as a rock under there.
Where'd you find it at?
All new exhaust. I found it up in Michigan. Seems like I found a lot of cars up there in the past.
Michigan's a big, well, there's a lot
of
car,
hot rods up there.
Oh yeah, big time up there, yeah. I like the rims you got on there. What are those?
Those are year one wheels.
They look like stock, but they're not.
Right. Year one had the exclusive right to those larger wheels.
This probably come at what, 14, 15?
The 14s. Yep, they had like F70 14s on them when they were new.
Makes a big difference, doesn't
Right.
it?
The
How's it?
car was in Arkansas. I still got all the original paperwork for the car and that, and it's only got 32,000 miles on
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
Wow.
Everything was nice on the car. I grease spatter painted the trunk and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, after so many years, heck. What's that? 50 years, 57
Yeah.
years, 54, 53 years?
But no, it's been in, it was taken care of. Somebody did put some new bumpers on it at one time, you know.
Yeah, the chrome goes bad after a while, you know, you cleaned them so much. And
Yep, but when they put the exhaust on, they put the proper trumpet exhaust on the back, you know. And it's got all like Magnaflow exhaust on it and that. So.
Sounds pretty
It's all
good then.
stainless steel. Yeah.
All right, now we're at the Corvette show, and I'll tell you what, this one just jumped out at me, jumped out. The reason why, the depthness of the paint,
Oh yeah,
and really the year. So what year is this?
it's a 61. The paint is sunset red, old PPG paint, 45 years old.
45 years old, and look at the quality of this paint. I mean, they just don't do it anymore. Let's walk around here a little bit, and now, you know, you and I were talking. Let's talk about the engine and drivetrain. What do we got underneath that hood?
This was a fuel-injected car, but the woman that owned it, her boyfriend talked her into drag racing, and they pulled it a long time ago. It was a low horsepower fuel-injected car. I wish I could have got it because there was only 118 of those made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what's in there now?
Now there's a 327, 65, all redone.
Automatic?
No, 4-speed.
4-speed.
Four
Same trans?
Trans, everything's done in there. Whole front end's all redone. New steering column. It took me weeks to find a new old steering column. So I put that.
You know, let's talk about that. With parts hard to track down on these things?
You better believe it. Yeah. Anything you buy for a vet, you know is expensive.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
And we were talking earlier, the car is absolutely beautiful. And since we changed the engine and made some changes inside, really didn't have an impact on the value, right?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, it was specialized.
Yeah.
This is something that I like.
Yeah.
You can tell. Look at the inside. You'll be hard pressed to find anything that looks better than that.
Yeah. And you told me not to share values, but you turned down 65,000+, right?
That's right. Almost caused a divorce.
Well, hey, look, guys in the car club experienced that. Absolutely a beautiful vet. Truly one of my favorites out there, although I have my C4 here. But and we both agreed when you put down on that registration form what's special. You know what I wrote on mine?
What's that?
It's a vet.
Right. I put everything.
You know, we're at the Corvette Club show, and the beauty of these Corvettes are stock Corvettes. And I found one that probably is about as stock as you can get. Let's walk over here and take a look at it. Can you see driving this thing like, you know, to grocery getter? Or maybe to, you know, just taking a little cruise? I don't think there's much more you can do to this Corvette. Trying to track down the owner so we can get some information, but this thing is just ready for the drag strip. And matter of fact, just to show you how fast it may go, we got the wheelie bars and the chutes on the back. So you're not relying on the brakes to stop this, Greg.
Armstrong's taking down that 7-foot high speaker. He leads it again.
Our long distance award goes to Randy Weaver from, where are you from? Douglasville, Georgia. Wow.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, fine, just fine. Thank you.
How'd you find out about this show?
Well, actually, I was born and raised here in Youngstown, Boardman area.
Okay.
And I come home to visit my brothers and such. And I take like 5 weeks of summer and I go tour the country for different car shows and such.
Great. Where you been?
Well, I've been to DeQuoin, Illinois, and we're going to go to the Good Guys show in Columbus, Ohio.
That's a biggie. I got to go to that one. That's a biggie.
It's a good one. 5,000-6,000 cars.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Mostly customs, right?
Yeah. No, you see a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're, and then I'll end up in Louisville, Kentucky, and that's the National Street Rod. There's 10,000 cars there.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good show.
This isn't a tower. This is a. You got this on the road, huh?
Yeah.
You're driving this baby.
Yeah, we try. You know what I mean?
Tow it.
It's a 427 with aluminum heads and all, 2 4-barrels. It's got air conditioning and power steering, sitting on an Art Morrison chassis. It does have overdrive, so you can run up and down the interstate
It's
with
an
it.
Art Morrison chassis.
Yeah, it's got a Richmond 5-speed in it. Yeah, it's like a Pro Street, but it's got radial tires on it. So, they're still wide, but it's not as wide as most Pro Street cars.
Yeah. So this thing's pretty comfortable then.
Oh yeah, it's got a Paul Aikens interior in it. He's a famous guy down in Alabama.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, all leather upholstery and stuff like. I didn't build this car, but I've always loved this car when the guy built it in my local hometown down yonder, and so it's a nice one. It's something different, You see 55 Chevys there where you don't see too many 55 Fords.
What did they do to it? Did they lower it at all, the top?
Well,
or anything?
no. As far as the exterior, the body itself is all stock. All the chrome. He went throughout the country to find the best chrome he could find.
Okay.
So the exterior is all stock. It's just underneath and inside has all been changed, but the exterior is all stock.
Electric windows and everything?
Yeah.
No?
Crank windows.
Oh, okay.
on.
Sometimes they look like electric windows.
Yeah. It's a little bit dated. The gauges or something, could probably use changed, but that's why mess with success. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. How long have you owned it?
About 6 years now.
Having some fun with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And you drove how many miles?
I think it's like 780 miles. I think I checked it. It's got like 10,000 miles on the car right now.
Tow a gas truck with you?
Like I said, with the Richmond 5-speed overdrive, you're 2,100 RPM, give or take, 75 mile an hour. So it ain't too bad,
It's nice. What
Just
kind?
gotta stay out of the 2.4s, that's all.
Yeah. Just drink that gas right up. What kind of seats are those?
To be honest with you, I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're out of. They're not stock though. That's for sure.
Definitely not stock. They look very comfortable and
Yeah,
everything.
they are.
This is nice. I love the off-colored interior
Yeah,
too.
just a clean, neat car. Nothing over the top. Yeah. You know how they build them nowadays.
Tilt steering wheel. air conditioning, disc brakes, all 4 disc brakes.
Stereo with remote antenna and everything like that. So
This thing's a cruiser, man. This
yeah,
is sweet.
yeah,
I
it's
seen
just
you
a nice
come in.
package.
You know what got me? I'm sorry. You know what got me was the chrome. I love the chrome
yeah,
on here.
yeah,
man.
you
They're
see the
like-
chrome up underneath the roof too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't mess around. Wow. You got this thing laid out.
It's just it's different.
Yeah.
I'm different.
I'm old school. I like the chrome. You know, new school people, they like the blacked out stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like the blacked out
Yeah,
stuff.
well, whatever floats your boat.
Sure.
I don't like it either, but that's fine. I like the bling, as they
The
say.
bling, that's it. That's it. I got a blingy girlfriend, so
There you go.
she loves the bling too. Yeah. Hey Randy, thank you very
Hey,
much, and thanks for
Randy.
coming so far.
I appreciate it.
You grew up around here anyway?
Yeah, over in the Boardman area I did.
So you know a lot of people here then?
No, I don't know anybody here. I mean, I've been gone 45. I mean, right out of high school I left, so I really don't know anybody. I barely found my way here, but I was all right. It comes back to you.
Oh yeah. The body's a Ford.
Correct. And it's sitting on a 2008 Dodge Ram 1500 4x4 with a 5.7 liter motor.
So that 37 belongs to,
With the red one?
the red 37 belongs to a member. The 36 120B belongs to the museum. It was donated a number of years
That's
ago.
the yellow one.
Yes.
Them vet boys, and it kind of tells you what it's all about, right?
If you went into the dealership and you said, I want an RO23, they'd know what that was.
Oh, okay.
But they only made 55 of them.
With me, I have Marianne Porinchak, the Executive Director of the Packard Museum over in Warren, Ohio. Huh?
Right. Birthplace of Packard.
How's it going?
Wonderful, wonderful. We brought 6 cars out here today, and we're having a great time, hoping to get all 6 back in one piece.
You drove them out too.
We drove them. These cars really do need to be seen on the
sure.
road. They are showstoppers,
Sure.
and they look a lot different in the parking lot than they do in our museum under the lights.
I think they
so.
look better out here.
Yes, we do too. We would love to have them out more, but it's about a 2-month operation to get them all up and running and making sure that everything is
And you
in
brought
order.
the mechanics with you and everything?
We did. We brought a chase vehicle that has all the stuff in it. Actually, only 3 of these belong to the museum. The other one belongs to a private owner, a good member and volunteer at the museum. So that 37 belongs to.
With the red one?
The red 37 belongs to a member. The 36 120B belongs to the museum. It was donated a number of years
That's
ago.
the yellow one.
Yes, and it has every aftermarket piece on it that was made in 1936. The donor insisted before he passed away to making sure that it had every aftermarket item on it. And it looks really good.
It's a beauty. It's a beauty.
car. We love taking that one out. People stop on the side of the
Sure.
road to look at that
I
one.
love it. 2-seater, heck, or really, what do you call
Yeah,
that?
rumble seat.
Rumble seat, yeah, 3-seat,
And that
yeah.
rumble seat actually has a windshield that
Oh,
comes
wow.
up from behind.
Oh, that's
the driver's
neat.
seat.
I didn't see
Very,
that.
very cool.
You got air conditioning in it, I see.
Oh yeah.
Cowl air conditioning.
Yeah. That's air conditioning. All right.
This is always a nice. I like the 2-seaters.
yeah.
And this one here's a 2-seater also.
Yes. This is a beautiful 37. Then we have a 56 Patrician. Patrician, this gentleman was in his 80s. He drove it here from York, Pennsylvania one day and said, I want to give you my car. George Freeman, who then called his son and said, I'm on my way to Warren to give them my car.
Oh, wow.
So it has a great history. We do like to take this one out. It has a hard top, so if it rains, we're covered there. And then we have the 56 Caribbean.
That's a standout. I always remember this one,
top
yeah.
of the line in 56, and probably one of the most sought after cars in 1956. They sold the most of these of any other vehicle that they produced, mostly because people were buying multiple cars at that time, but it really, really was the top of the line.
Was there a famous movie star behind this?
Well, not behind this one, but we have Howard Hughes's 55 Caribbean. Looks exactly like this one, but it is in the museum. We don't get that one up and running. It's kind of, the provenance is too valuable to put that one out on the road, but we do have that one preserved.
So Marianne, tell me about the museum. What's going on with the museum? What are you guys doing there? What's coming up?
We have a car show coming up. The Mahoning Valley Corvette Club is assisting us again. This will be the 5th year for their assistance in our car show. It'll be July 27th, so anybody who has a classic, it's Corvettes and classics, so we'll have, much like this show, we'll have a little bit of everything out there, including motorcycles, hopefully. So we have that coming up. We also have a new exhibit opening. The 1949 anniversary year Packard exhibit will be open. We also opened a Lincoln Highway touchscreen exhibit. So we've got a lot of things going on there all at once.
So if I stop up there at the museum, when can I get in?
We're open Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 5, and Sunday, 1 to 5.
Okay. You got a website?
Yes, packardmuseum.org, or you can email us, national@packardmuseum.org, if you need more information. But all of our information about the car shows on the website, on social media, and check us out. Come and see us.
You also have a motorcycle show there at the beginning of the year. What are you doing next?
That's already in process. It'll be our 25th annual. Can you believe that? 25 years of motorcycling.
We've done about, what,
you
3 or
guys have
4?
been there.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been there for more than 4.
Yeah.
I know it because I've got the videos.
Okay.
But yeah, we're celebrating our 25th motorcycle exhibit, and it's going to be kind of a retrospect of all 25 years. So we're going to go back 25 years and pick the most significant bikes from each of those shows and bring them back and display them again. So we're very excited about that.
That's going to be your feature, the feature thing.
Yeah, the feature thing this coming year in 2025 will be one of everything that we did in the last 25 years, plus a few other extra goodies.
And when does that show start?
That show will start the 2nd week in January, because the first Saturday in January is like the 3rd or the 4th. That's not enough time for us to pull it off between Christmas and New Year's, so it'll be the 2nd week of January.
Okay, sounds good. And that goes for how long?
It goes until the end of May. It'll go to May 31st.
Okay, Marianne, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
These cars look beautiful.
Thanks for coming to visit.
I'm going to take, if you're missing one of those red or the yellow one, you know where it's going.
Hey, come to the museum. On Tuesdays, the guys are working on the cars. Maybe they'll give you a ride.
Oh, God. I want to drive it.
Yeah.
We on the Street Scene Power Hour podcast, we talk about forming clubs and how clubs themselves keep the hobby going. And I started seeing these guys, and I seen their shirts, Street Scene Legend, turn around, them vet boys, and it kind of tells you what it's all about, right?
Correct.
So how long has the club been in?
We formally formed probably like last month. It came about, we all rode from Cleveland up to Detroit and Toledo. It was roughly about 40 or 50 of us, and we represented, and we didn't have any shirts on or the club name. And sort of like how you guys coming to us now, we had a whole bunch of guys say, hey, what's the name of your club? And I said, you know what? We're the street legends, Cleveland chapter. So.
You know, and now it's all Corvettes.
Correct.
Any year Corvette?
Any year Corvette.
Now, you know, you can consider me a brother. Could I join with my C4?
Oh, yes, sir. You are part of the street legends. We get you in there.
Yeah.
Part of the street.
Yeah.
We'll get you email street legends. We got all type of chapters coming, and it's like basically we just form and we represent not just Cleveland but the state of Ohio.
I love it, my man. Now, what's this? Is this one of your members?
Yes, this is my car right here. It's a 2023 C8 Stingray 2LT. Got a special features on there: carbon flash or around the front spoiler, rear, and carbon fiber interior.
I'm going to put you on the spot. I want you to be honest now.
Right.
Could you do that? Nobody's listening. What's the fastest you had this thing going?
170.
Okay, 170 miles an hour, Greg.
That's the fact.
Beautiful cars, all Corvettes. How many members?
Right now we have roughly about 30, 35 in Cleveland so far, and we're still growing. We're coming over here to Austintown to pick up some more members.
All right, my man, I want to thank you.
With me, I have Bo.
Plus cognac.
Nah, that's it. I said it perfectly, didn't I? That's a tough one. Ukrainian, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I got it. Bo, you're 1956 Ford
F-250.
F-250 Ram. So it's not really. It's the body's a Ford.
Correct. And it's sitting on a 2008 Dodge Ram 1500 4x4 with a 5.7 liter motor.
So basically, you took this body, put it on this.
Well, the gentleman,
2008.
Ted Hassey, builder of Youngstown, Ohio, noted for many, many builds, and his quality is unbelievable.
This is a beauty. Yeah, you did a nice job on this.
Very nice. Even the paint, etc. We wanted the deepest red you can put on a vehicle, and I have no problems of putting the key in the ignition and going to California.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that's what you want.
And that's the confidence that you can have in a builder.
So what did you have to do to put this on the body? Or put this on the frame, rather?
Well, actually, if we go over here, we had to shorten, Ted had to shorten the frame 23 inches in order to accommodate everything that you see here to go on.
Okay.
And it was just a painstaking process.
Let's see, right here you shorten it 23 inches.
Correct.
Okay. And how about, did it plop right on then? Or what
No,
else do you have to do? I don't know. I'm not into that.
There are special bracings that Ted had to do in order to accommodate. He tried to basically line up the holes with whatever he had, and I can say that the roads in Youngstown and Mahoning County are much to be desired.
Oh, right.
And so driving this, you will not hear any rattles that other building cars will have.
This is nice. This is a beauty. You basically use the same interior too, right?
Yes, so it's out of a 2008.
Oh, great.
Original seats, etc. Has onboard diagnostics, and up above is directional, and it's just a pleasure to drive.
Got air conditioning and everything?
Absolutely. Four-wheel drive works, etc.
Wow, looks good. Call it the Beast.
The Beast.
The Beast. Where'd you get that name?
You know what? When I first saw it, I said, it's got to have a name.
Yeah,
because
sure. If you love your car or whatever, your truck, you got a name.
I was from old school, being brought up on the South Side, and so I've always been a motorhead, you know. And at 16, we were pulling motors and rebuilding them, etc. And it was customary at that time to name your vehicle.
Right.
And so we went through a 64 Chevelle with a big 396 motor, and it was silver, so you had to call it Quicksilver.
All
you
right.
know,
Like the Messenger Company.
Absolutely.
That was one of my favorite groups growing up.
And so, you know, taking with that the experience and knowledge as a young man, you just keep applying that. And I wrench my own cars, my own Harley Davidsons, etc. Sorry, I don't take it into the shop. I do it myself.
That's what it's all about. And it's a lot better that way too. It's heck of a lot cheaper.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Bud, thank you very much for showing us your the beast here. It's a beauty. I walked by this before. I said, "My God, this is nice. This is nice."
Thank you very much for singling me out. There's a lot of beautiful cars here, and
you're Ukrainian, your background?
That's correct.
Co-host
Correct.
John's a Ukrainian also.
Right, and
Unless
so I'm still in contact with family members in Ukraine, providing financial support because they are in rough times.
Very rough times. Very rough times. Lucky. That's not good.
Yeah. But I wish them the best, etc., and maybe a resolve of this matter. But all I can do is
It's a mess.
yeah. But other than that, it's a. I thought it was going to rain, but
It's a beautiful day.
It's a
beautiful day.
it's nice and breezy, etc. And I'm just pleased to be part of this collection of folks who
Fine cars,
Yeah,
car guys. and,
who've wrenched their own cars, etc. And as I said, this is built by Ted Hassey, and I hope he's watching, etc. Because he's the man.
He's the man.
You know, a lot of Corvettes are about the car itself. This Corvette has a little extension to it. It's a tribute car. And it's a tribute to?
The best team in the land, the Cleveland Browns, baby.
So for all you Steeler fans out there, we're going to show you a Corvette that really showcases the Cleveland Browns. So what year again was it?
2004.
2004, and I don't know if I can really identify everything that's on this Corvette. You have signatures on the dash.
Right, there's a total, I'm up to 75 signature Cleveland Brown players.
Cleveland Brown. And how'd you get all the signatures?
Well, I go to a lot of events, I go to a lot of signings, so some I got free, some I had to pay for it.
All right, and the color of this Corvette?
Well, it's orange, but when I bought it, it was that burgundy red with the cream color interior and the cream top, so as you can see, we changed everything.
Now, we would call this Cleveland Browns orange.
When the guy asked me what color orange I wanted, that's exactly what I told him, Cleveland Brown orange.
You know, you said something that was interesting, Ray. You said this was an extension from your man cave because
Correct.
you got everything here. You could just look at paraphernalia,
Right.
memorabilia stuff. And what's with the 2-screen TVs?
So the TVs, again, if you've ever been in a man cave or a sports bar, there's always multiple TVs and there's multiple games playing. So I was just trying to recreate that same atmosphere here at the car show. But most importantly, I'm combining two of my passions: car shows, Cleveland Browns. It don't get no better.
Did you ever sit in the car and watch the game?
No, I haven't done that yet. No.
What's with the guitars?
Okay, so funny story. I went into a sports memorabilia shop and they had these brand new custom guitars. They were $1,200. So I said, so hey, where's the Cleveland Browns one? They said, oh, the Browns suck. They'll probably never make one. I said, okay, that's fine. I got creative and I made my own.
And you know what? Let's go beyond the Corvette, beyond all the signatures and all that. I want you to check out this shirt. I mean, you don't stop.
Oh no, you can't. You can't. And if this wasn't a family atmosphere, I'd show you my underwear. They're orange and brown.
Hey, I want to thank you. Great car, my man.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the show.
With me, I have Denise and Charlie Caldwell. Where are you guys from?
Painesville.
Painesville, Ohio.
Yes.
And they brought their 67 Plymouth. What was it called again?
It's an RO23. Chrysler made 55 Plymouths. 17 were 4-speed cars, and the others were automatics.
An RO23.
23.
What's that mean?
RO23. Well, it's a designation. It's what you would order if you were ordering. It's sort of like a Copel Camaro.
Oh, okay. I got you,
know,
yeah.
If you went into the dealership and you said, I want an RO23, they'd know what that was.
Oh, okay.
But they only made 55 of them.
This is strictly a race car.
Well, pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
That's what
So
they
when-
were made for. But this car in particular, yes, was
So when
a...
you're saying RO23, that was
Right.
basically for the
Yep.
racing.
For
Okay.
racing.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long you had her?
We've had it about 8 years now, most of the time spent in restoration.
You got it all frame off restoration, I mean?
Well, they're not a frame, but yes, this is a rotisserie restoration.
Okay. You drive it, Denise?
Yes, I do.
How you do?
I love it. I
Yeah?
love it. Boy, you know, it sounds good. It steers well. You know, we every component on the car has been fixed, taken out, bead blasted, painted, put back together. So it's just like a brand new car almost, but it's got the original parts in it.
Can you cook the tires?
I'm not telling in front of my husband.
It looks like it. Looks like
I don't think we'll be doing that with the money that's sitting in that car. I don't think we'll be doing that.
You don't drive this on the street, do you?
No, this is obviously just a show car now. It was a race car its whole life. It's never been titled.
Okay.
All the paperwork from Chrysler Corporations we have at home in our safe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
And
that's
then
good to have.
The wife of the original owner, Jack Ferris, found the original window sticker for the car, and we
wow.
have that.
Oh great. What was it? Brand new.
It was 3,700.
700 and some change.
That's it for a racing.
And
like
I
this.
doubt that Jack Ferris paid that for it, you
Yeah.
know. He was a Plymouth, he owned that Plymouth dealership. The minute that car came to that dealership, the mechanics told us, because we've met a lot of the people from this car,
Right.
said they ripped the motor out of it and started working on it immediately. Chrysler backed this car. This car went down the assembly line right behind the 5 and 50 Chrysler back race car and the famous Sox and Martin race
Okay.
car. And this was the third one down. It's got a serial number ending in 08, and they were 07 and 06.
Don Snyder has a Sox and Martin down at his place. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, another one. Yep, probably one of the years. Yes.
It's interesting, when we went to McCacken to display the car, we had a nice spot to park in. Right behind us was the Sox and Martin car, and right behind him was the 5 and 50 car. The judges were the ones who came up to us and said, you know, you are sequential. All three of the cars.
Oh wow.
They were on the assembly line at the same time, came off, went their different ways, raced all their life, and then they, by happenstance, ended up at McCacken at the show we were
Which
at.
is a muscle car and Corvette Nationals,
Right.
which is in Chicago every year, a week before Thanksgiving. It's a very famous show.
Is this a stripped down version of the car, like no radio, air conditioner,
Yeah,
anything?
no air, no radio, no undercoating, no seam sealer. They did as much as they could, but in '67, they didn't do what they did in '64 and '5, where they put aluminum and lightweight parts on the
Right.
cars and stuff like that. They didn't do that.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Does it have power steering?
No.
No power steering. It just goes straight. You don't need power steering.
Its object was to go 1,320 feet. That's all it needed to do.
Have you had it on the strip?
No, we would never
You
do
got
that.
too
We
much
have-
money.
We were in Cordoba, and we did take it down to the Cordoba track and took
Very
pictures
gent-
and
very
stuff.
gently.
But we didn't drive all the way
Oh,
down.
okay.
That's in Illinois. That's a famous racetrack in Illinois, Cordoba Raceway. They were really nice to us, let us take it to that track and everything. But that was its home track. But we would not beat on this car anymore. It'd be silly to do that.
Oh,
It's
sure,
way too
sure.
much.
Yeah.
And it's a piece of history. It really needs to be preserved.
She's a beauty, I'll tell you. Tell me, what does UDRA stand for?
United Drag Racers Association, and this was one of the circuit cars that ran the circuit on that. Okay. And what's interesting is this car, when we got it, it was nothing. I mean, it was junk, no motors in it, stuff like that. We had to bring this back to the way it looked in 1967, April of 67. And there's a picture of the way it looked sitting in front of Jack Ferris's dealership. And that's what you're looking at today, exactly the way that car was.
That's it, yeah. Exactly. Restored it to original.
And one of the most important things I think about this car is there's a lot of cars, but we met Jean Ferris, the wife of Jack Ferris. She's alive, she's 90 years old.
Wow.
Kathy Ferris Lowry, she's the only daughter, she's there. We met several of the mechanics, we met the sons of the painter. We reproduced the exact race shirt that we're wearing is the race shirt that they won the Best Dressed Pit Crew in 1967.
Oh, wow.
So we reproduced that, gave those shirts to all those people, and when we unveiled the car. So it was really interesting.
Very nice, very nice. You guys from what, Youngstown area?
Ohio, we're Painesville.
Oh, Painesville, I'm sorry, okay.
We're up in Painesville, and we were invited down here by Sam, so we came down. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Good experience.
Sure, it's a
nice
very nice
show.
show, yes. Got a nice day for it, too.
Absolutely. We were afraid it was going to rain, and
This morning it didn't look good.
Right.
It was okay.
But I was told by one of the attendants, that he said, I saved my request to God for something special. And he said, keep the rain away, God, I need this. So, so it worked.
It did work.
We had a lot of fun. Both of us were police officers. That's what we did for a living. She was at Painesville City Police Department. I was at Lake County Sheriff's Office.
I'm not going to mess with you guys anymore. You're going to talk.
Wait a minute.
My one cousin was a police officer up in Brooklyn, New York, and boy, she's a toughie. And I go, I wouldn't mess with her.
Well, and you know, and this was a good hobby for us. It kept us, what I say, it kept us sane. It kept us away from just living police work 24/7. It gave us something else to do. So we love doing the car hobbies and stuff like that. 11 of them in about 12, 13 years. But this was the last one and the pinnacle of our thing, and it really is. It got a 994 out of 1,000 up at the McCacken show.
Wow, that's good.
Highest scoring race car ever to that point, restored race car. So it's pretty cool.
Great.
Pretty cool.
She's a beauty.
Now this is if you notice, there's a theme on the cars I'm picking up. They're the 60s and really back. And we were talking. This is really, for me, I mean, I have a 95 C4, don't get me wrong, but this is what represents the Corvette.
Yes, they do. I'm in love with anything from 67 on back to 53. Those are my favorite years of Corvettes, and that was when they had it right.
So give us a little spill on this one. How long have you had it? Where'd you find it? So on.
Okay, my car, I bought it in 1980 from a fella down in Chester, West Virginia, and I redid everything. All the work done is by myself. I do all my own work, and matter of fact, the guy wouldn't sell it to me unless he knew I was putting it back to all original. It's a numbers match, engine, trans, rear end, 57,000 original miles are on it.
So that's where the value really lies, in the numbers matched. And I'll tell you what, you can't go wrong with the combination white and red interior.
I was actually looking for a red interior when I was looking for this car back in 1980.
So original white?
Yes, that is the ermine white is the original color, and this paint is acrylic lacquer. It is still, which you cannot do, you can't get it today.
Yeah. And the engine underneath that hood, what do we got?
That's a 327 300 horse, and like I said, it's all numbers matching. It's got the original AFB carburetor on it, and everything's just the way it was when it left the factory.
4-speed?
Yes, 4-speed.
Now, here's what always amazes me on these old Corvettes. I'd really be scared in banging those gears with that shifter. That's not much of a shifter underneath there, is there?
You know, I'm a little bit older now, And I don't do that to her anymore. Back when I was a young guy, I still had to do that, but now I don't feel the need to bang the gears no more.
And
But
that-
she will go.
And that has to be a real close H pattern, right? I mean, there's not much movement on that shifter. You only have, what, 2 inches to the width and 4 inches length.
Yes, it's fairly close. For back in '62, they really did a nice job on them back then.
They did. So what's the furthest you've driven it?
Probably about 100 miles at one time. Probably about 100 miles for a day each way.
Look, I want to thank you. It's a beautiful car. Take care of it. Great show today, huh?
Oh, I love it here, and like I said, it's for a good cause, and everybody, perfect day out here.
All right, we did the show, the Austintown Corvette Club show, Austintown, Ohio, the old Greenwood Chevrolet
Hummer building.
which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. Tons of cars here, some great interviews. You'll see it on the on the show itself. But what do you think about the show?
I love it. It's very, very nice show. We got the whole parking lot filled with cars out here today. And look, the sun's out today. It looked like it was going to rain this morning and everything, and it's just an outstanding crowd here today. A lot of good people here. A lot of people stopping me and say they watch the show and like the show, and which is good, you know. And
Oh, it was fantastic. You know, I took the top off my C4 driving down. The clouds started getting a little dark, and I thought, I don't want to put that top on. But again, beautiful show, great cars, great weather, great club, and I just had a blast.
yes, it's a very nice show. We've been here about a couple times before, and we found some very nice cars here. John did all the Corvettes today, and I did the steel body cars. So, and turned out good.
Yeah.
We got some very nice ones.
And you bring up a good point. Not only Corvettes, still bodies. You had your Pontiac out here.
Yeah.
I just had a blast, and I want to thank the club, thank Austintown, Ohio, thank Greenwood. Great show. See you guys next year.
Yes, sir. Like we always say at the end of the show, we'll
See you down the road.